Hello and welcome to Finn's Auburn Breakdown, Episode 6. Today we're going to be talking about Auburn's game against Duke and Richmond. Mitchell, thank you for being on the podcast today.
Absolutely, glad to be here.
We are also going to be reviewing the top 25 after this because I believe there's some controversy there involving Auburn. Now, our game at Duke, we lost on a close one, 84-78 at Duke. I came into that knowing that we were going to lose. What do you think coming in?
I liked our chances against Duke. Playing at Cameron Indoor is a tough challenge. And
Very,
it's a tough
very
ask.
tough, yeah.
But, a huge game from Todd Pettiford. I believe he had 20 or so points.
Yeah, Todd really played a good game against Duke.
Yeah, and Janai Broom played great. It was really a good effort, and then it kind of just slipped away from us at the end.
Yeah.
Being down 5, took some silly shots that maybe we probably shouldn't have. We could have taken some layups, some jumpers, but we played an excellent game against number 9 Duke, and against Cooper Flagg. He played
wow.
very excellent that game.
Cooper Flagg, 22 points, 38 minutes. Cooper Flagg was so hard to stop on the court. Felt like he never missed. Though, like you were saying earlier, Dahad did rise to the challenge. Shot 50% from 3 and got 20 points as well.
Yeah.
No, I think would have been the big game changer. I think we would have won the game if they didn't have someone come off the bench and make 7 threes.
Yes.
He did not score any points against Kentucky. Didn't even start. Barely played. And he comes off the bench, makes 7 threes, and puts them up by, I think, 2 once we were comfortably leading.
Mm-hmm.
That was just the beginning of the end, and everything just went downhill from there. Really hard to come back. What do you think was the turning point in the game that really got us down?
As you said, hitting 7 threes. I mean, that's insane. We led very, very comfortably in the first couple minutes of the first half. I believe we were up by like 10 plus.
I think it
in the
was
beginning.
12 was our max, yeah.
And it just kind of went downhill, as you said, as soon as he started hitting all those threes, which is crazy. You don't see a dude hit 7 threes in a college basketball game.
Not really, especially like in a row. I think he was 7 for 9 the game.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Evans.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I hope that Bruce Pearl recruits him and will be able to get him to Auburn.
Hopefully gets him in the transfer
if he keeps
portal.
shooting like that. Now, Janai Broom also had another double-double, 20 points, 12 rebounds. We've seen a lot of that double-doubles this season. I think that he will be a problem to deal with in the tournament. So far, we haven't seen anybody who can match up with him. I think that Alabama, their closest to match up with him is Grant Nelson.
Yeah.
I don't think that anybody so far can stop him. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Janai is just one of those dudes who, you just don't know what he's going to do. He's shown that in times he can shoot the 3 ball. And then at times he can drive and take it and hit a little layup, or he'll post up on you and he'll get the ball and he'll put up a dunk or a layup. But it's not just that, he can pass the ball too.
He can, yeah.
Like his passing is very, very good. So
it's accurate, definitely.
and like you said, averaging a double-double, it's hard to get a rebound over a dude who is so much taller than you. Janai is just one of those dudes who will just go up and fight for a rebound. So he is a very, very good basketball player, and I honestly think he'll be a lottery pick by the end of the season.
Yeah, I think that he could get picked too. Last year he did declare his eligibility, then come back out.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the scouts just didn't like what they were seeing. Though this year he has proved himself worthy.
Absolutely.
I think he's still number 1 in Ken Pom for player overall. And I just think he's going to have a good season. I'm proud of him for that.
Yeah, and he's still fairly young. I believe he's only 22.
Yeah, he's definitely young after playing a couple seasons at Moorhead, which is why we got him. We saw him playing at Moorhead, and we decided to recruit him after his showing.
Yeah, Bruce Pearl, very smart head coach.
Definitely.
Very smart head coach.
And then after that, we saw Richmond on Saturday. We saw the resurgence of Ja'Kai Howard in that game. He really just stepped up. I think he got 3 awesome dunks in the game. What did you see from him?
Ja'Kai Howard's poster. Oh, my goodness.
Ooh.
That was nice. Ja'Kai Howard's really been one of those dudes, early in the season got into a little bit of trouble. He played a lot of minutes in our first game against Vermont, and then we haven't really seen him since. But I think this game was a game where you saw Ja'Kai Howard and who he really was, and he is a team player.
He is a team player,
There were questions all over social media. Is Ja'Kai Howard a team player? Does he support his teammates? Yes, he does. And you saw it from that game that, he wants to be a part of this team and that he wants to help change the culture in Auburn.
He does, yeah. He played 21 minutes after barely playing for the rest of the season. Scored 13 points, and as I'm pulling up the box score here, number 1 thing that ESPN is showing me is Auburn's Ja'Kai Howard puts Richmond defender on a poster.
Yeah.
I definitely think that was a big difference there. We, of course, saw Janai did not have his best game. I think it was only 11 points for him. He still was shooting 50% from the floor, 0 for 2 from 3. What do you think Richmond was doing right? What were they doing to stop Janai here?
Bruce Pearl said it best. They were cutting Janai off. They weren't allowing him to, get those easy post points, paint points that he always gets. They just weren't allowing him to shoot. They were double teaming the whole game. So Bruce Pearl had kind of had to change his mindset and change his game plan. He's like, all right, if they're gonna guard Janai, then we're gonna kick it out to our guards and we're gonna let them shoot. Yep. And that's exactly what he did. They're gonna let the guards drive. They're gonna let Todd Pedford take it, shoot threes, take it in. They're gonna let Dylan Cardwell play. Even a couple bench players and walk-ons got to get in the game, and they did well as well.
Though, like we were saying earlier, Janai cannot be stopped by a single player.
Yeah.
He has to be double teamed like they did against Vermont or here at Richmond, which will even then just get him at like 10, 15 points.
Yeah.
He is a force that cannot be reckoned with. He is something that will be stopped instantly.
And the thing about Janai is, even when you double team him, it's still hard to stop him.
It is so hard,
He's just, he's such a tall dude. And, right now the only person that I think could probably guard him kind of well is the 7 foot, I don't even know, 9 player from Florida.
Oliver Rue, yeah.
And I still don't even think he can stop Janai Broom.
He's still growing.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
He's redshirted this year, though, so don't think he'll get any playing time coming out of IMG. It is just crazy what he can do. And he can still move. And he's 7'9".
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely think that he's probably going to make it pro, at least G League, something like that. Now for the top 25 rankings that we've been seeing, I am not really liking where Auburn is at. Of course, we're number 2. It looks good on paper. The team who has jumped us is Tennessee. Tennessee, who has pretty much played nobody.
Yeah.
Baylor being their best team that they played, and everybody else, they've played nothing. And Tennessee just gets to jump us in the rankings, which I don't really think is fair after we've beaten many ranked teams, and our only loss being to at Duke by 6 or 7. I personally don't like where we're at. How do you feel this?
Yeah, it's stupid. To have a team that has played, who's beaten, I believe it was 2 or 3 top 10 ranked teams, top 15 ranked teams in a span of 2 weeks. That's crazy. And then also, losing to Duke at Cameron Indoor, you're gonna keep us at number 2 instead of moving us up to number 1. After we picked up a huge win against, I believe it was Memphis, and winning the whole entire Maui Jam tournament. Yeah,
Memphis was big because they ended up ranked as well.
Yeah, and I just think Tennessee shouldn't be up there. They, as you said, they played nobody. They have a really good transfer. He's a very good player, but. I think when it comes time for Tennessee-Auburn, I think Auburn will handle Tennessee very, very, very steadily.
Yeah, and Ken Palm, we're still at number 1. Tennessee's still at 2. I definitely think that Tennessee is super overrated right now, 9-0 though. And then we also have Iowa State coming in at 3. Their only loss being to us by 2 at Maui. Duke 4, Kentucky 5, Marquette 6, and Bama at 7. Bama 7-2. I definitely think they should be lower after losing to Oregon and... Who else did they lose to earlier in the season? I feel like it was somebody else.
I do not remember.
Either way, 2 losses. They should probably be lower than number 7.
Yeah.
Then we're also seeing Florida come in 9-0. They could be a problem. Big run in the tournament. Oklahoma, another SEC team at number 13. Texas A&M 17. Ole Miss 19. Texas A&M, I believe, was ranked. And Mississippi State now at 25. SEC is looking really tough.
Yeah.
And these were teams that we saw coming in weren't even ranked preseason. These had nothing to do with our 14 top 25 games preseasons. We're probably up now. What do you think SEC play is going to be like this year?
It's going to be tough, especially going on the long road trips, playing away and then going to another away game, playing at Alabama and then going to play either Mississippi State or Ole Miss. Or, even Georgia is a sneaky team.
Yeah, Georgia now playing really well.
Yeah, but, it's going to be tough, especially playing away from the jungle. But that's kind of the beauty of it. It gets us ready for the tournament. It's all about getting hot at the right time. Can Auburn get hot starting late in the season, but still keep a steady record of, 2 losses, 3 losses, and still be in that top 10 and still get that 1 or 2 seed? So I really think SEC play will be... huge, especially come SEC tournament time when, it comes to decide the seeding, like the 1 or 2 seed, like it did last year. But, obviously Auburn didn't change, which we should have.
We should have, yeah.
But, it's going to be tough, especially a sneaky team that I like is Mississippi State. Mississippi State is a good basketball team. A&M is also a sneaky good basketball team as well. So definitely be on the lookout for them. And Ole Miss, I'm unsure about. They played South Alabama, barely beat them.
It was at home too.
Yeah, South's not a very great basketball team. I love South, but they're just not at that level, and it's just the shakiness of some teams play. But I think SEC play will be great.
I definitely think so. Next up, we got Ohio State on Saturday, which is a good Quad 1 team, and then Purdue and Birmingham.
Yep.
How do you see those games working out? I personally see us taking away both of them. I see Purdue by about 7, and then us beating pretty good Ohio State.
Yeah, absolutely. I see us wiping the floor with Ohio State. Auburn's just been playing electric. Whenever you look at it, you see Todd Bedford coming in as a freshman, a true freshman, and putting up 20 points in a Duke game at Cameron Indoor, being guarded by
big freshman stats.
Exactly, and being guarded by all those 5 stars and 4 stars from Duke and those high level players at Duke. He's going to be trouble, and you look at him, he's going to be like, yeah, in 1 or 2 years, that dude's going to be something in the NBA, and he's going to be a problem. Same with Jani Broome. It's going to be hard to stop him, especially for Purdue and especially for Ohio State, because I don't believe Ohio State has many weapons that they have on their team. So I see us taking both. I agree with you. I think we'll scrape past Purdue by 10 or so points.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode of Finn's Auburn Breakdown. We probably won't have another episode till past Christmas break. Don't always make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to be on the podcast, make sure to email the email on the screen.